on my screen right now. Holy God! Ah, God, I knew that was about to happen. Fucking Ballista. Yeah, I'm on... What?! 141. I can't even. I don't even know what just... Alright. What you got, Danger Banner? Whoa! No time like the present. What a start. What a fucking start, dude. We just got here. And that is the only way out, so let's go the other way. Hey. Oh, wow. Well, he gone. He gone. Man. There we go. No. Alright. So right now I'm using some throwaway ass, like, free pieces of shit. Like, I don't even remember what these headphones came with. They came with something. Maybe an older phone? I couldn't tell you. Genuinely, they were in our electronics recycle bin. Maybe bin isn't the right word, but whatever. They were in our electronics recycle. Yo, what's up, Fire? How's it going? I'm just trying to make do until my good headphones arrive, and then I'm gonna get back to practicing stuff. How have you been? Bored and conflicted, uh-oh. I understand the sleep schedule being fucked thing, though. I mean, we're both here for a reason, am I right? It's fucking 1:53. I spent the last couple of hours, like, listening to game music and putting it into this fucking playlist. Yo, nice. I am pretty sure that I followed your stream, but I should probably double check that real quick, huh? Let's do that. Clicking the boy. Open, wait. There we go. What the hell? No, yo, neither was I. BloodRayne 1 sucks. It is a terrible video game. I don't understand why anybody liked the first game. So, like, none of the BloodRayne games are like each other. They're completely different games every time. So the first one was more of a third-person shooter, and the second one is more of a hack and slash. It's not to say that, like, gun stuff isn't still in the second game, but it's definitely... there's no focus on that. So yeah, no worries there. And BloodRayne Betrayal is like a 2D side-scroller hack and slash where they decided to make Rain herself look like a throwaway, like, Animu, Newgrounds ass looking character. I should probably give that one another chance. Maybe eventually. I'll think about it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing with this. But yeah, I don't know. I was not impressed with BloodRayne Betrayal when I first played it. Though I will tell you this. BloodRayne Betrayal's music is fucking killer. But yeah, I definitely should give it another shot. I should give it another fair shot. It's also worth mentioning that BloodRayne 2, while being more of a hack and slash than the first game... Wait, did it say 88% chance? Because that doesn't make any sense at all. No, I'm an idiot. I will say that the speedrun for BloodRayne 2 kind of kills the whole hack and slash vibe and makes it more into a complicated platformer than anything else. Yeah. And that's mostly my fault. Apologies for turning a hack and slash into a platformer. That's definitely my doing. Wait, where was I sending Krusty? No. It wasn't there, was it? Here we go. Okay, this is where I've been sending this dude. I mean, I don't remember. I know that the first one has a lot, like much larger sequence breaks because of the way it handles the maps, but honestly, like, I only looked at the first one's speedrun, like, once, a million years ago. I wish I could remember more, but... Oh, whoops, I don't need to do that yet. Hold on. I need to put all of this shit away is what I need to do. Wait, did I take all of the excess out of this? Yeah. That's what I remember, is it feels like... It feels like what I remember is that the map is mostly just one giant object, and that at no point in time is that object ever respected. There's like a decent amount of like skips and tricks into, but like not nearly to quite that extent. Which is good, because really, like, I don't dislike glitches and out of bounds and trickery, but I do dislike it when it gets to a point to where it no longer really feels like I'm playing the video game, it just feels like I'm just doing a sequence of bugs. You know, like, at some point it needs to feel like I'm still playing that game. Where's my fish oil? I have too much shit. Anyways, the main reason I'm like focusing on this game lately is not necessarily because I want to, but because so here's what happened, right? The headphones that I was using, the right channel just started to get like progressively weaker over time. For unknown reasons. I think that the magnet in it just died. I think it died a slow, brutal death. But like, the right channel has officially died, so those are not usable at all. Trying to use those would drive me genuinely insane at this point. So I'm using these like whack-ass pieces of shit that came free with something that we bought. I couldn't even tell you what it came free with. But it's like, you know, one of those pairs of headphones that is like so whack that the people that make it don't even care. So I'm like playing relatively simple stuff until the good stuff arrives. It's like the good headphones should be here mid to late day tomorrow. Or I guess it's 2 a.m., so mid to late day today. And then I'll be getting back on the real stuff. I should probably do, like, honestly, Blood Rain 2 needs a little bit of science, because there's a skip that I've found that is new, and it's definitely faster. I keep on forgetting where my shit is. It's new, and it's definitely faster. But I have not found a way to make it consistent. And, like, I don't know, like, in testing, like, trying it at all is a huge risk. If I was to try to use that skip the way that I know it right now in actual runs, literally everything would just come down to the electrification silos and whether or not that shit... Now, it's not RNG, it's just really, really, really hard to land, because you're... So basically, at the beginning of the stage, there's like a fence and a giant invisible wall right behind you. So you drag a guy from inside the nearby building all the way across, and then you want him to... Like, I don't know, I think I've shown you the run, right? Is where you, like, go into, like, the slowdown, like the bullet time, and then you jump right before an enemy does an attack that knocks you down, and you skyrocket. And then you get over that invisible wall, and then on the other side, there's, like, a bit of street that leads to nothing. And you, like, basically you have to fall in just the right position so that you fall on this wall. If you fall too far to the side, you fall to your death. If you fall too far to this side, you're locked in a room and soft-locked. And try as I might, I have yet to come up with a way to, like, really visualize where exactly it is I'm trying to fall. Like, I have proven multiple times that if you do thread the needle, you land right where you want to go, you jump around this fence on the inside of that wall, and the stage is over. But if you miss it at all, you either soft lock or die. So, you know, that's good. There's another skip where you can more or less skip everything in chemical processing, but that one I don't think it's possible to make that one consistent. Just the nature of what that skip is. Like, that one would be RNG because you'd have to position yourself so perfectly and then hope that the enemy doesn't choose a combo that pushes you too far out of alignment. Ugh. And, like, there's a new version of the, well, I guess it wouldn't be a box launch the way that I do it now in the Abandoned Train silo, but I'm not sure if that one's faster, but I'm pretty sure it's more consistent. Yo, finally! I've been waiting for this dude to sell some of these. I need him to sell them again. I don't have a schematic to make the thing that I want, but it won't be forever until I do. It has been a while. And hell, the last time that I demonstrated it, it had been a while since I'd played it, so I did a lot of it very incorrectly. There's also, like, there's an out of bounds that I know of that could potentially save time, but the way that I know of it right now, it's like the out of bounds itself is too finicky. So like I don't really have a way to say, oh, you gotta do it like this, that'll make it more consistent. No. As far as I know, it's just well, rub your face on this weird spline and maybe it'll let you through. Although if you're on the upgraded version of the game at 60 frames, it literally will never let you through. But, like, as it is right now, you're just sort of skipping a fall in a hallway. Basically, like, where the area is, you fall down this elevator shaft, and then you go along this hallway here, and then up these stairs, and along this hallway here, go up these stairs, and The way that the skip is now is you would just fall through the wall and just land at the top of that section right there, so you're no longer going up 2 areas. Which versions do you have? Because, like, if we're talking PC, the OG version is an uncontrollable piece of shit on PC without a frame limiter. And frankly, the PC run shouldn't exist. It's shit. It's awful. Okay, so you have the Xbox Classic backwards compatible on Xbox One? That's okay, so from what I understand, the absolute fastest, most optimal way to play Blood Rain 2 is the Xbox Classic version on Xbox One X. I have it on the Series X. I couldn't tell you if there's a meaningful gap between the Series X and the One X. But I do know that the One X plays Asura's Wrath faster than the Series X does. So there's that. I think it's because the backwards compatibility software is just more optimal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just that the BC software is like the way that it accesses the information is just more optimal. That's my theory. All I know is that, like, I've played it on both, and I can tell you for sure it plays better on the One X than the Series X. Which, of course, means the best way to play it is still a thing that I don't have. So, I will tell you this, that playing backwards compatible on the One S on Xbox 360 games is no different than playing it on the 360. Or again, that was my experience with Asura's Wrath. I can't like swear, I can't like cover my heart and swear in a courtroom that would be true across all games, but it was true for Asura's Wrath. I mean, it's just more evidence that Microsoft is really bad at this, you know what I mean? And, like, since when is that surprising? Like, wouldn't you be more surprised if I told you Microsoft was really good at something other than fucking their customers for no reason? Oh, that's gonna blow up. Good. I'm glad that I ate that damage. But yeah, so between the, like, honestly, the difference between the remaster and the original, like, it's kind of silly, I think, even to refer to it as a remaster. So here's the difference from the layman's point of view. Like, if you were just playing the game as designed from a casual perspective, the only real difference between the OG version and the quote-unquote remaster is frame rate. That's it. Like, I suppose the resolution is slightly higher. Or rather, the resolution is objectively higher, but the effect of the resolution being higher is sort of noticeable, I guess. However, from a speedrunner's point of view, most of the skips are doable in both versions. Some of them are slightly different, but still work. One of the biggest things is because the remaster is in 59.94 frames per second versus the 29.97 frames per second. The skips that involve needing to go into bullet time to get the frames to behave so that you can actually get launches, you don't need to do that. you can, if you're legit enough, you can genuinely pull that off without slowing down. Which would be way faster, but it would also require you to be like a fucking legend, hitting those extremely precise things at normal speed. There are a couple of spots in the remaster where there's like little redesigns that, I'll be honest, completely baffle me. Unless they knew there was some speedrunner-ass way to get around things, there was no reason for them to make those redesigns. Fucking hell. And I really, really, really doubt that they knew about the mess hall skip. However, there are a couple of places where there are skips that are possible on the remaster that are only sort of possible on the original version. So, like, in Ascension, you can get one of the foremen. It's the big orc dude with a hammer. You can get one of him to knock you way fucking high in this one area, and what happens is when you get skyrocketed and on a knockdown, if you bonk the ceiling, then Rain is immediately turned upright, and she's able to fall normally, which means that you have some directional input on where you're going. Because of that, on the remaster at the higher frame rate, if you actually go into bullet time, or it's called dilated perception, if you actually slow down the gameplay and get hit by that, then you genuinely go up like a fucking skyscraper's worth of height. It's kind of absurd. But because of that, you can bonk on something that you can't bonk on in the original version. Those skips are... That skip in particular is theoretically possible on the OG version, but you would need to be in, like, a ridiculously precise area, because basically what happens is when you get skyrocketed, Rain falls. Well, there's a certain animation, there's a certain amount of falling backwards, so she gains distance, but not much. So you'd have to be skyrocketed in just such a position where you're not quite under a platform, but so that in the air, you fall onto the platform, which is really, really, really fucking hard to do. So, like, that skip on the OG version is it's not even worth considering going for it. Oh, and then there's the aquarium skip. There's a thing where you do a skyrocket off of well, I mean, to put it bluntly, it's a corpse that's hanging on a wall. You can skyrocket off of it for no apparent reason. Anyways, for whatever reason, again, I don't know why they would make this change without them knowing that you could skyrocket somehow, but there's an invisible ceiling there, so the entire area is fucking completely sealed. So I don't know why the hell they made that change. That's a really, really strange change for them to make. However, there's a different skip there that's more possible to do, but it doesn't make up the time that you would lose from not being able to skip that part at the beginning. I genuinely, like I said, like, I don't know why they made some of the changes that they did between the first two. Because, like, you'd think that as cheap as the process clearly was, that the only difference would be, oh, well, the frame rate's different, so it had these consequences on these particular skips. But no, there's, like, genuine... like, the mess hall skip. For, like, so, there's a spot in the mess hall where basically you approach the door where you would encounter the boss. Well, mini-boss, rather. You kill the boss and the stage ends. Well, there's... In the OG version, you can do a skip to get to the outside of that door. Well, the doors are closed. So you just sort of have to like rub around where the opening of that door is on the unintended side of it, and at some point or another you will trigger the thing that causes the boss to show up. But for whatever reason, like on the remake, instead of the door being like a little bit into this like little gap in the wall, it's more flush with the wall. So you literally cannot touch that scripted zone without being on the inside. It's a very strange thing. Again, unless they found this skip before I did, then I don't know why they ever would have made that change. Just curious choices all around. And honestly, like, again, as cheap as the remake process clearly was, I don't see why they would have bothered. Like, even if they did know it was there, who would have... Like, I don't know who would have given a shit. Bruh, this dude is being an ass. But yeah, I mean, there's intricacies between the two, but for the most part, like, what I'd say, you lose nothing by playing the original, and the original is faster. Oh, there is one other consequence from the higher frame rate. Enemies are more aggressive. You will eat more bullets because they will fire more bullets. I mean, yeah, I know that there are some devs that are like that, but I genuinely would be surprised if they even knew that those skips, like, or like even the mechanisms behind them, I just can't imagine that they knew. So it makes, if I thought that there was a chance that they could have known, then it doesn't make the change odd at all. But there's like not a speedrun community. There was me and Gala. That was it. That was it ever. And, well, the people that do the PC runs. There's like 2 people that ever did that. I don't know if you remember this, but I've explained it to you before. The reason I say that the PC run as it currently exists shouldn't exist is because the whole thing is built around constantly changing an exterior program to alter the frame rate at any given time. So, like, at this particular time, I need the frame rate to be normal so I can move around properly. But at this particular time, I'll just change the frame rate maximum to, like, 2,000. Because that's convenient. Oh, now I need it to be 600. Now I need it to be 60 again. I think that that's shit. I think if the run involved selecting one frame rate and then making the whole run off of that, that'd be fine. I would have no qualms with that at all. But the idea of just, like, constantly changing it, like, what's the difference between that and just full-on using Cheat Engine, mate? Like, you're at a point where almost everything that you're doing is based on using an external tool. Shit's lame, dude. Like, were you there when Cosmic was saying that there were people in the Pragmata community that were trying to, like, get frame rate change-based tricks banned? Like, when there's an actual goddamn option for it in the game. What? See, I don't know. I think that type of changing things in games just doesn't make any sense. Like, think about it from a business point of view, right? Like, it's gonna piss off speedrunners, but let's put that completely aside. Let's say you and I are running a business, like, developing and designing games, right? Why, in God's name, are we gonna spend time and money fixing a bug no one has complained about? Like, if it's something that could genuinely fuck with a first-timer's experience, then that makes sense. But, like, when it's something that doesn't do that, in all likelihood, all you're gonna do is piss people off. Yeah, that's just... There was a point in time... Now, I'm very anti-Fortnite in general, but there was a point in time where I was tolerating watching it because I really liked someone who was streaming it. And at one point, there was a bug in the game where if you did a couple of emotes... Like, basically, there was an emote where you would manifest and throw a basketball. And there was an emote where you could, like, spray graffiti on a wall. So it's just like an animation of a paint can. And if you threw a basketball and then waited until it was a certain, like, height and then sprayed the spray can, it would be goddamned massive. Like, building-sized spray can. And we're just talking about, like, a silly thing that you can do with an emote. It has fuck all to do with the gameplay. It has no effect on anything other than this is a funny, silly thing that you can do. And the devs went back and patched that. And I don't understand why you would spend time and money to give the tiniest shit. Because, like, people were just, like, having fun with a thing that impacted nothing. If anything, it encourages sales of those emotes. I don't get it. It's a bad business decision. You're spending time and money to patch a thing that's just gonna irritate people. Where, like, for instance, there are times when I know of, like, things in games that got patched for good reasons. For instance, so there's a trick early on in a game called Momodora's Reverie. It's the third one. I don't remember the exact title of it. But there's a trick in the very first boss where if you do something just right during one of the boss's attacks, you will 100% instant kill it. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool trick. I like that stuff. But it got patched on the PS4 version. But they explained why. It's because for whatever reason, the PS4 in particular absolutely shits itself when you do this. And it would hard lock the game. And sometimes it would brick the PS4. And you look at that and be like, that's a good reason. That's good. You should patch that. No idea if it remains patched on PS5. Haven't interacted with anything Momodora related in quite a long time. Bruh. But yeah, TLDR, I recommend the original version to get back to the original point now that I've gone like on multiple tangents in completely opposite directions of Blood Rain 2. As far as I know, the original is faster overall. And like I said, the remake, the higher frame rate means more aggressive enemies, which means taking more damage. And this is a game that's already pretty easy to die in. Like when I was testing out runs for the remake, like I was thinking about them maybe being just different categories based solely on the fact that there's some tricks that aren't available on each version. So I was gonna, set a time on the other one as well, because why not? But dude, the enemies are so fucking aggro. Way more than I would have expected. God damn it. Bruh. Like there's a spot in the run in the sewers where the fast thing to do is to just get on, like you jump on a handrail and you just grind down it. But on the remake, that's probably suicide. Because you're just going to eat a shitload of bullets and die? Probably. This is a pretty good chance. I think in testing I made it down like 1 out of every 20 shots. Which is not good odds. I'm gonna go all the way in, huh? Fuck that. I'm not gonna mess with this. I gotta say though, like, I would genuinely like to have a conversation with someone who like had anything to do with the decision that they made to make both the remake and the Xbox original backwards compatible. Like, why both? That's an odd choice. Meanwhile, you have Capcom's stupid ass making the fucking Xbox One version of Dead Rising 2 backwards compatible when everyone knows that version crashes constantly. Clearly, I feel some kind of way about this. Oh no, yeah, so in the Silver Strip, the game spawns too many zombies. They overrun the number of integers that they're allowed to inhabit in the code, and it results in one of the nearby bits rolling 1 digit and BOOM! Crash. The Xbox One version crashes like a son of a bitch. The 360 version is fine. It's the one that should have been backwards compatible, not the fucking crashy one. But no, I mean, yeah, if the 360 version crashed like a son of a bitch, no one would have cared about that game ever. Do I have... I don't have any room for that. Damn! Really? Interesting. And you for sure had the Xbox One version, huh? Which model of console were you playing it on? I want to look into that. Garlic exposure. That feel when you're allergic to flavor. You know what that suggests to me is that it's an error related to changes made after that. You know what that probably is? So like I know basically the foundation of the error is that it's supposed to produce zombies up until there is a system limitation. And basically what that suggests to me is that Xbox One original met that limitation and everything was fine. But that Xbox One S and beyond, its system limitation is in a range higher than the number of zombies that can be produced. So that's probably what it is. I mean, there's no way to guarantee when a crash will happen. My first time that I messed around with that, I didn't actually get a crash on it until kind of a while, actually. But then the next time that I tried, because I thought it was a fluke, the next time that I tried, it like happened fucking fast. Like real fast. Yeah, there's no way to like guarantee when it will or won't happen, which IMO is extra shitty. Well, I probably don't need all of these blue fucking weapons, but I'm gonna keep collecting them for now, but it's probably completely pointless. I've got so much shit on me, dude. But bruh, for real though, if they had like the 360 version available on backwards compatible, bruh, I would be about that. I'd probably be playing that right now, I gotta be honest. Like, what is this V-Rising shit? DR2 all the way. Like, I have the PC version, and I have, like, okay, I don't know if you've ever fucked around with Dead Rising 2 on PC, but, like, it's a son of a bitch to get it to behave properly. Like, I have, and it's currently fine on my system, but honest to God, it took multiple days of arguing with it. The number one problem you're gonna have is that it's fucking impossible to get the damn thing to recognize a controller. And you've got, like, multiple instances of people saying that they just turned on Steam Controller and it worked fine. Or not Steam Controller, but the Steam input. That's not the case for me. That didn't work. Like, see, I play PC games with my PlayStation 2 controller. I have a little dongle that I play it through, and everything works fine. It's great. I love it. I don't know if things would have been different if I was using, like, just a normal Xbox controller, but we'll say maybe. Shrug. But, like, basically, like, once upon a time, what you would do to get around the problems that that game had is you would use X360 CE, which is Xbox controller emulator. And basically it's just like DLLs that you put into a folder where the game is that redirects the way that the drivers are used, so that it recognizes inputs from another device as X input stuff, which is a brilliant idea. The problem is that since then, Steam has their little Steam input thing, which is a great idea, don't get me wrong, but it completely usurps Xbox 360 CE. So if Steam input doesn't work, no longer will the other thing without some further trickery. So apparently there is a unique hook mode that I had to be taught about, and then I had to find a way to put that hook mode into practice, which can only be done with a very specific set of Xbox 360 CE versions, and it's a fucking nightmare. Huge pain in the ass. But, like, on top of all this, and this is just, me being, you know, a finicky old man, the PC version loads a lot slower. Like, a lot slower. It's pretty goddamn noticeable. You know what? Let's actually move that over here. So I really fucking wish the backwards compatible version worked. That would be great. But regardless of anything, I can confirm that trying to play the Xbox One version backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X is in fact a crashy son of a bitch. And the only fix anyone has for that is just save a lot. Fucking hell. You know, I've never dabbled in any of the mods, but that does sound like a hell of a thing. Like, isn't it, like, I find it a bit annoying, right, that Dead Rising 2 has that, like, poker bullshit specifically because they did not have enough content. Like, y'all really can't think of anything else to do other than to let me play strip poker with a bunch of people I don't give a shit about? Damn. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't... it definitely has some entertainment value. What I'm saying is, it's clearly filler. It is clearly like, this is a way to waste a shitload of time that you would otherwise just be dicking around waiting for other things to happen. Two seconds. Ow. I am not controlling myself worth a shit right now. That was cool, thanks, game. I think this is also the one that, like, splits into duplicates when he's decided that he has had enough of your shit. God damn it. Fuck, dude. I'm doing so bad. I'm doing really, really, really bad. Okay. I thought that they said that they fixed that, but apparently they didn't fix that. So when you do the explosive shot on the pistol, it has like a dive roll at the beginning of it, and apparently it's a bug that you're able to get hit by certain things when you're doing the dive roll. You're not supposed to be able to get hit by stuff during it. I didn't know that. I just assumed that there were some attacks that were just nastier than other attacks. Bruh. Man, it sure would have been nice if the first go-around had gone that well. Still didn't really get what I want out of that, though. Complete waste of my time. There's also those, like the 3 poker survivors that are just, like, in... Fuck, what was that? I think it was the Atlantica casino? The one with, like, the friggin' neon fish on the wall. And where you find the mermaid lady. That's definitely Save Scum territory because, like, come on. You're not about to try to gun that down in one and just hope that the RNG doesn't fuck you silly. I, like, love how you can have all 3 of the gambling magazines on you and it just constantly gives you shit like 2 jacks, ace king, king queen, king king. And like, even with that, there's a really good chance that, like, everything on the table is just gonna be, like, 3, 8, 9. Like, fuck you, game. You know exactly what you're doing right now. I see a treasure chest. We want it. Eat shit, lady. Oh, I didn't even know you were still here. Oh, is there a paladin here? Yeah. Hey, if y'all want to fight each other forever, that'd be swell. Leave me alone. Good enough. Now there's only one of you. Oh, never mind. That is another paladin. But yeah, I love me some Dead Rising 1 and 2, even though the survivors in Dead Rising 1 are very clearly intentionally taking the piss. Go this way, away from the zombies. Rub my face on the zombies. Got it. Yes, sir, Mr. Chuck. I love rubbing my face on zombies. Well, I guess it'd be Mr. West. Chuck is where the fucking survivors actually do correct things. God damn it. This enemy type really is the worst. What? Things aren't going my way, I'll just fly away. I'll just hop away. Jesus. He's just like losing his shit over here. This game gives me bad habits when I go and try to play other games, because like in this game you can't turn the camera without holding the left shoulder button, or L2 in my case. So then I'll like go play other games and like that habit will still be like stuck in my head. I didn't mean to dive right into your face. That seemed unwise. Shit. We're fine. That's not what I want. Get out of here. That was probably a jewel. Yep. Bruh, dude. Yeah, it's the worst when you get habits from one game leaking into other games. Especially like in this case, like this game has like bears no resemblance whatsoever to Nioh 2. And then I'll play Nioh 2 and I will still end up doing the L2 thing that I just mentioned. And like that's frustrating because it's like, come on, brain. These games do not look even slightly similar. God damn it. What? This music is definitely very appropriate. I love how that worked out. Wish I could say I planned that. Like, just having any ability to be a tactician with that explosive shot would be really good, but I'm not gonna lie, I mostly just use it as another way to move around and do extra damage, but I don't actually think about, like, I want to hit that guy and then knock him into this crowd, and then he's gonna explode, and that'll do a bunch of damage. I wish I could think like that. Shit. Get out of here. Fucking hell. Stop it. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh right, I forgot. I got a nice new jewel for my Death Knight, so maybe I should be using that. I'm not gonna lie, when that thing came back into view, I thought I was about to get jumped by something. Here, let's spellbook. Let's put you right there and try that shit out. I am getting completely fucked. Where? Bruh. Calm down. I don't know who he's copying. I've never fought whatever this boss is. I'm probably gonna go down here in a second. Yeah. I didn't input the dodge fast enough. I don't think the Death Knight thing is helping out either. That didn't seem... My brain, where is it at? That didn't seem like it did me any favors. I think I know why too, and that just comes down to the reading of the skill. Impressive Jewel didn't mean diddly shit, but I'm gonna look at the description and see. Oh, I think I just got an epic. It's not like a weapon that I want though. Interesting. So, the effect that I'm curious about on the Death Knight is, one of the things on the jewel says that when he dies, he becomes a skeleton mage. I think I need to read that more carefully, because I don't think it's as simple as that. Summons a skeleton mage when the lifetime expires. That's not the same thing as dying. That means he would have had to be... He would have had to survive until he would have expired naturally. So, in this, like, boss fight shit... Now, if he automatically turned into that skeleton mage, that probably still would have been pretty good. I still have, like, basically nothing of this. Alright, I do not have enough time to try to fuck around with another one of these. Let's just head home, grab some of my shards, come back out here, buy another gun that's definitely still not going to have the thing that I want on it, because I know the taste of disappointment. Yeah, whatever. 7 is fine. Tell you what though, this playlist that we're listening to right here, this is all manually curated. So like I actually went through and like I review games OSTs and then I keep the tracks that I think fit the vibe. But I do always take suggestions as to what games I should look at in terms of OSTs. So if you have any OSTs that you can think of that are really fucking good, go ahead and drop some suggestions. Here, do I have... I have space for all of that, sure. It's funny because, like, most people I tell that they're like, oh, I can't really think of anything. And you know what's weird is that just about any other context I feel like I could have said, hey, what's your favorite game soundtrack? And people would just be like chomping at the bit, be like, raw, these are my opinions and I have to share them. But then I'm like, hey, give me suggestions for things to look at for the stream, and they're like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't tell people it's for that. Maybe I should just be like, hey, what's some game music that you like? So, like, the limitations that I have on this is that it can't be published or developed by a company that I find morally objectionable. It can't be... obviously, if it gets audio flagged, it has to go. And, more or less, like, I have to like it to some degree, right? Because I have to listen to it while gaming. Did you imagine if I was trying to, like, fight some of the more difficult bosses in Nioh in the middle of, like, listening to some track that annoys the shit out of me? Well, no, yeah, I mean, and that's why I like the idea of just, like, taking suggestions. Just, like, throw some names out there and I'll look at them later. Like, I don't expect anybody to know what I'm looking for. But at the same time, sometimes I don't know what I'm looking for, because you never know what you're going to hear, and, like, something that the next thing I hear could be so fucking new to me that I'll be like, I never knew I was looking for this. Give me more of that shit. Plus, there's, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of video games. There's no way I'm going to organically get to them all, you know? So something that you could mention might be something I otherwise never would have tried to look at. Like this game was a suggestion. I never would have thought to look at Zack and Wiki. I genuinely, when they suggested this, I was surprised that anybody ever thought about Zack and Wiki. The hell? Somebody still cares about that game? Damn. What are the odds? I actually went through maybe a dozen game OSTs before I went live today. Some of which were Bamani related, and holy shit. That well just never fucking runs out. I gotta say though, I think like Bomani's like music choices in more recent titles feels like less music, more noise, and I think that they're doing that just to justify, you know, their tracks being difficult. I get that for like long time players, but like I understand like someone who's been playing it for years is gonna want to continue to have like new challenges, but at the same time, surely there's new players that are still trying to have some tracks that are worth playing. I do have a little bit of Devil May Cry 3 in here somewhere. I should probably check the rest of the Devil May Cry series, but I gotta say, like, DMC3's soundtrack has, like, a few total bangers in it, and then the rest of it is actually pretty repetitive. But, like, it's interesting going through different game OSTs and realizing, like, when I listen to this separate from the game, it sounds really repetitive. However, if I was playing the game right now listening to it, it would hit the vibe different. Tekken 6 already did that. The Silent Hill 2 already did that. And yeah, I do need to go through and check more of the Devil May Cry stuff. Like, I went through pretty much all of the Silent Hill stuff that I could find, actually. There's even, like, stuff from the Silent Hill games that, you know, everybody just largely disliked. I really, really, really wish that this earbud would stay in my fucking ear, dude. It also gets hit with a lot of, like, nonsense, obviously fake, audio flags, though. I don't know how much, like, YouTube fuckery you've been dealing with lately, but, bruh. There's, like, a lot of instances of clearly not the copyright holder audio flagging stuff. And Silent Hill in particular has been hit with a lot of that. Silent Hill 2 in particular, I know why it happened. It's because that fucking piece of shit remake got made. And since the remake got made, people are, like, looking to cash in because it brings it back to the public's attention all over again. Oh shit, you know what? I was supposed to put those iron bars in here. Yeah, there's a really cool like hyper platformer called Dust Force. You may know of it, you may not. Whether you know about it or not really doesn't have any bearing on what we're talking about. All of the music on it is by Lifeformed. And bruh, the fake audio flags on that are horrendous. And like, I've tried informing Lifeformed about it, but they haven't responded. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe they're tired of protecting their music. I can't imagine, like, if I was a music artist just having to deal with it every fucking day, you know? Yep, somebody tried to steal my shit again. Sounds like a fucking bad way to live life. I don't see any more seeds, so we've got 16. I'd be down for that. God damn it, the very first one I put out of place. $10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The gold chain is down here. Oh, I was one off. I really wish that this earbud would stop trying to fall out of my head. Real annoying, earbud. Oh, damn it. Oh. You're not one of my skeletons. The nerve of being not one of my skeletons. The over-the-top audacity. Oh, I thought I had gems on me, but it looks like I don't. Somebody's gonna come back down here, but whatever. So you said that you were currently playing Condemned? Like, multiple times I have tried to get myself to try on and enjoy Condemned, but I don't know, man. The melee in that game feels so fucking finicky. And, like, ironically, if that shit felt a little bit more like, say, being a berserker in Killing Floor 2, then I would be so fucking into it. Not quite. The range doesn't make any sense. I believe it. I also already know ahead of time that the story kind of falls apart in the last bit of it, and then Condemned 2, from what I understand, the story starts off having fallen apart and never recovers. Right, I need to go see about buying a gun. Right, I mean, story-wise, the point that I got up to the first time, I recall thinking, this seems interesting. So, but like, yeah, the gameplay was letting me down. See, I don't even necessarily feel like I remember that game being sectioned into missions, so that tells you how much I fucking remember. Next to nothing. I'm also just, like, usually not, like, the story person. I'm usually quite good at not giving a damn about stories at all. Let me give you a great example. I have never seen the cutscenes for Blood Rain 2. At all. There's one cutscene I've seen when somebody else was playing it casually, but I have not myself ever actually sat and watched those cutscenes. I know what the plot is because it's been explained to me, that's it. I used to speedrun Yakuza 1 and 2. The original ones, not the fucking Kiwami trash. But, same story, I don't know what those stories were. Like, I have the basic concept of what the plot was in the first game. So in the second game, there's, I don't know, some shit about Koreans. I don't know. Dudes are fighting and some people are dying, I guess. That's about as much as I've got. Because it's just like, you know, they're games that I got into strictly for the speedrun. Like, I got into Blood Rain 2 specifically because, like, Gala and I were a couple, sort of, kind of, at the time. And she wanted me to see if I'd be interested in, like, helping route and find skips and tricks. And that usually is the point in time where when I'm the most interested in a game through a speedrunning lens, is when nobody knows shit yet. Like, I could still tell you what the first discovery we ever made was, because the only run that existed at that time was a PC run, and there was a skip that they were doing with the aforementioned frame rate trickery that I was able to confirm, like, yeah, not only is this skip stupidly easy to do, or rather, not only is it possible without frame rate trickery, it's stupidly easy to do. Hey, cut that shit out. But, like, Yakuza 1, I got into running specifically because I had a friend that had done a run of it, and it was, well, look, I'll be as kind to that run as I can. It was dog shit. Animos wasn't under the impression that it wasn't dog shit. Like, we all knew that that was a fucking terrible run. And, like, I was looking at this just horrible combat thinking, there's gotta be a way to improve on this. Like, literally, I got into running that game because the game was very bad. Finn. I think I started running Yakuza 2 because Tapioca did a very underdeveloped run of that one, and that run was terrible as well. Basically, I like routing. I think the ultimate goal is for you to completely collapse whatever time I have in Blood Rain 2 and cement my relationship with speedrunning as the guy that routes stuff. Well, provided that I don't hate the game. God damn it, I've gotten just about every variant of this gun except the one I want. Piss. Now I'm starting to get real fucking hungry. Normally what would happen is I would just, like, put my stream on the BRB screen and I'd go have a snack and come back. But since I'm having to deal with these shitty fucking headphones, I don't know if I want to do that. Oh no, yeah, man, every time that I find something new, I feel like a god. Unfortunately, I think Blood Rain 2, unless some new tech, like a fundamental new technique would need to be discovered. Otherwise, I don't think that there's anything left to find. Which is sad days for me, because I would like to continue finding stuff. Like I said, there's a couple of out of bounds that I think if I could find a way to make them into something more, that would be great. But aside from that, everything is more or less discovered already, which is very sad. But, like, some of those tricks, like, if you do get, like, genuinely into running it in, like, want to start learning more about how the tricks were discovered and shit. Some of those discoveries are fucking hilarious. Like the flag launch in the earliest part of the game is the very first trick, and genuinely, the way that I discovered that was I jumped on that platform in the middle, and I was just like looking around to see like, okay, so where is the exit? And then I just threw a blind jump at one of the flags and immediately launched to where I was trying to go by accident.
Don't you dare lay a finger on my people.
And like, it's hilarious because like I didn't expect anything to happen. I wasn't even necessarily like looking for a thing to happen. I just sort of threw out a blind random jump. But what's more is that on testing, none of the other flags actually caused that. Just that one. So my first completely blind jump resulted in a launch from the only object in the room that could have provided said launch. That's wild to me, dude. But like some other skips were found literally because of a joke. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the same here in a minute. But thanks for popping in and hanging out. 'Twas a good time. The fuck? And I'm the only motherfucker alive. Because who the hell is dumb enough to be alive at 3 in the morning? I'm gonna deal with these fucking trees and go to bed. Oh yeah, my sleep schedule constantly slips. Like, it's always adjusting forward, so like it won't be too long until like the only hours I'm awake is gonna be like the deep AM. And then, like after a while it'll slip back into like normal human hours again, and then it'll slip, you know, it'll lean forward back into vampire hours. Totally normal, just happens. It is a consistent thing for me. I've got no control over it. What's worse is that my brain likes to do that when I actually have something that I'm trying to do, like a doctor's appointment that I need to make it to, or here lately we had to do a decently long drive to spend time with my ex-wife and the kids, and I was really looking forward to that. And then my brain was like, but what if you didn't sleep? Like, oh, cool. That's fucking great. I did force it for that one, though, because I genuinely, like, I hadn't seen the kids in ages. They look so fucking different, it's weird. It's more proof that I'm a fucking old man. I'm gonna be that dude that's like They're gonna be talking about me and they're like, dude, Granddad fucking swears a lot. Why does he say fuck so much? Ah, fuck! Back in my fucking day! Up fucking hill both ways! Anyways, go to sleep. Take care. You know what? I think that that's enough for one last battle. Oh, I should probably put that away. We'll do one last fight with the fucker. Fucker activated. Jesus, what? This is some top tier horse shit. Bro, what? Oh my god, dude. This is total bullshit. I don't know who this is, but they're a fucking cock, dude. Why does he have a phase of spawning 1,000 humans that are all dickheads? Oh, that we're just gonna go straight into. Uh-huh. What the fuck? Really? Dude, fuck off. Yeah, eat shit. Good lord. I keep on getting things that are not at all useful. So that fight sucked a bunch and I didn't get anything I wanted out of it. I guess hits leech 8% health.
Come on, everybody!
That does seem way better than the one that I had. I figured I'd be around long enough to receive my my servants one last time. 15 minutes. I'll probably leave this open and deal with that when they show up. But I'm gonna bounce and I'm gonna eat something. Why is my HP just chilling at 1032 out of 1033? Is it because these guys are here? Surely it's time to just Katamari up all of these skeletons, right? Curious, my HP has decided to max out one health short. Anyway, but yeah. Y'all have a good one.
Did I make him fucking hurt himself? Yo, get smushed. Yo, what? That was worth it. Oh my god. That was so glorious.
How about this? Take this!
Oh, Jesus.